What is happening, YouTube? Welcome to Brian's Random Thoughts. I'm Brian, shockingly enough. Today I want to come to you with a little thinking thought that I had. As soon as I say, hi, everybody, I should pay attention to my screen. It's telling me exactly what to do. For some reason, I just can't seem to follow along. Today I want to touch on a topic that's near and dear to my heart. And as an old fart, I've spent a lot of time around women, with women, and in industries primarily dominated by them. So today, I'm going to bring a little bit of wisdom to the men in your life. So you might want to, message this to him like a couple of times, maybe three or five. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's just how they are. Uh, but I do want to blame this completely on a YouTube friend of mine, and her name is Veronica Olson. She also is a YouTuber. She does a much better job than I do. And her channel is Ukrainian Perspectives with Veronica Olson. Matter of fact, if you can hang on just a second here. A backstory here. So we actually ran into each other, as it were, watching the body language guy. And if you don't watch him, you should watch him and in the chat during the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. And so finding out she had a channel and watching her, she does a lot of really, really good advice on a lot of different topics. Matter of fact, here, if you give me just 1 second, I believe I can share this with you. There we go. And this is her YouTube page. And she's got a bunch of playlists that are put together that are topic by topic. Oh, I I'm sorry, I didn't mention she's stunningly beautiful. She's stunningly beautiful, and she has just a phenomenal accent. Uh, so what I usually do is I like turn it on and I go do something else because I get distracted just a little. I'm playing. She is full of wisdom and information. Uh, uh, Very well read and very empathic. And I believe that she really does have a heart to reach out and help people. And she does. She has all kinds of different ways that she kind of reaches out and try to to be a coach, to be a bit of a life coach, as it were. Very good for relationships, and especially dealing with relationships that are long distance or cross cultural things like that. So, yeah, if you ever get a moment, definitely be worth checking out. She's almost at 10,000 subs, so it'd be cool if I could help her get to that. So, all right, so enough of that. So that's she. This is all her fault, and everything that happens from here on out, I'm blaming on her. I'm totally kidding. But one of the conversations we had in one of our live streams, and it's an idea that it seems like it's a mystery. And I am a former hairdresser. I was for a long time. And I have spent the majority of my life working in and around industries that were primarily servicing women or were employed by women. And so, and I was raised by a good mom, and I had a really good aunt who took me under her wing at an early age and taught me how to do things like how to properly hold a girl's hand and which side of the street to stand on. I mean, like gentlemanly stuff like that. And so that was the environment that I was raised in. And when I turned about 40 years old, I'd been a mechanic for most of my adult life. Again, another service industry, primary customer is females. And because my mom, who was a very strong woman, everything had to be to her standard. And so that meant everything. And so uh, what I've learned from these strong influences and then my own personal relationships and the industries I've been in, I've learned some very key things that I think many men should take advantage of as a way to understand what women want. So, the long and short of it when it comes to a relationship, what a woman wants, guys, are you ready? You got your man close? This isn't going to take long. Um, she wants to be dated. She wants to be pursued. She wants to feel like that she's attractive to you. It doesn't matter how many other people are complimenting her. She wants you to compliment her because that doesn't mean anything when someone else does it, but when you do it, there's heart behind that. And so, what I want to encourage you to do, men, and I know this is not most men's nature, but you can learn. You learned how to do your job. You went to your job on the first day and didn't know your butt from a hole in the ground, but you learned how to do that job. You can freaking learn how to do this. Stop being lazy. Stop being lazy. Stop using the fact that you're old or you're set in your ways or I've never done this before. That's not a viable excuse. You wouldn't accept that from your kids. You'd never freaking accept that from your kids. Why would you accept it from yourself? So, men, if you've got a good woman who is asking some basic things of you, maybe you shouldn't be such a dick about it. Maybe you shouldn't be such a narcissistic butthole about it. Maybe you should just go ahead and do it. Because I bet if you sat down on a piece of paper and wrote down the number of times that you got your way as compared to the number of times that she got her way. See, I know the reality because many times, especially when in a household where there's children, is the mother, the woman becomes the peacemaker, which is what the middle child is, which is what I are. Is we do what we have to do to keep things at a dull roar, but it's always at the cost of what we personally want. Now, I got to ask you a question. Would you tolerate that from her? And so, whatever behavior it is that you're about to do, ask yourself, would you tolerate that? Is that what you would want her doing? Are you doing unto her like you would want her to do to you? Women are really not very complicated. I don't mean that as an insult. Women are not hard to understand. Uh, they want you as their man to make them feel special. They want you as their man to be the one that compliments their dress. I don't even notice stuff like that. Well, because you're a lazy ass. You're lazy. You don't notice it because either your eyes don't work or you're too lazy to acknowledge it because your brain knows that that's something new. You know when it's a new dress. You know when she got her hair done. You know when she did her makeup. You know when she did her nails. When you see it, acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. It's not hard. You want her to fix your favorite dinner? Then maybe you should be complimenting her when she does something for you. When she does, like, dresses up, does something nice, gets you something that you like that she has to go out of her way for. You you get that when you give that. You get that when you give that. I hear people all the time, and I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to be picking on you, but I'm going to be picking on you because I think this is a problem that's easily solved. See, the thing that women want is they want attention from the person that they have pledged their life to, despite all their other options, despite all their other options, despite all their current other options. You men, you do realize that, right? You do realize that if you have a woman of any value whatsoever, every other man on the planet knows that. Maybe you should treat her like she's worth having because I promise you somebody wants her. If she has any value as a woman at all, I can promise you somebody wants her. Why don't you want her? Well, because you don't want her because she's requiring something of you, which is to like be in a relationship, which is to not be self centered, to not always have to have your way, to acknowledge they really just want acknowledgement of what is going on. Thanks, babe. I appreciate that. Hey, your hair looks good. Is that a new dress? Those shoes are cute. Would that make your head explode? Would that make you turn inside out? Would that make you pull a scanners? Deep dive. Look that one up. No, no, it wouldn't do any of that. But you know what it would do is it would give you a happy house. It would give you a contented wife, not one who is constantly looking over her shoulder to see who's got a better life than her. She would be the one bragging to her friends about what a good man she's got. You know, there's one thing, and I tend not to do this on this channel, but I'm going to do it anyway. But you know, the Bible gives us a picture of a relationship, and you know, it's a woman is not required to love her husband, just to respect him, because that's what men want, is they want respected. Women need love and want loved and need it, and that's what we're there to give. But men, if you want respect from your wife, maybe you should earn it. Just showing up does not earn you respect. You know, there's no bonus at your job for doing your job. You don't get paid any extra for doing your job. That's what's expected of you. It's when you go above and beyond that you get elevated, not when you just hold the status quo. So hidden mysteries revealed. You want to know what women want? If you're in a relationship with a woman, if you want to keep her happy, if you want to keep her interested in you, what I want you to do is I want you to think back to when you first started dating her. Think back to that time when she, gave you the look, that look. Do that. Do that again. What you were doing, do that. Be that person. Who is that person that caught her eye? Who is that person that drew her attention? That's who she's looking for. That's who she's looking for. And you can be that guy. That's who you are. That's who you are. Just don't be lazy. You can't be lazy. I'm lazy. I know. But it's not that hard. And what they want is not that difficult. And if you want to have a happy house, you have to have a happy spouse. So, all right. Love you guys. Thanks for stopping in. If this is content that you enjoy, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, if you got a minute, check out Veronica Olson on her Ukrainian perspectives, because this is all her fault. So, all right. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.